All right, guys, welcome to Kitchen Daddy. Now it's Sunday. My beloved Wales are playing Italy in the Six Nations, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. That's right, we are going to be devouring more calories than you can shake a stick at. So let's make some super mega nachos. We're talking spicy ground beef, roast garlic, sour cream, pickled red onions, and guacamole. The only thing better looking than the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are these nachos, so come on, let's get into it. Right, to kick things off, let's grab some chilies. Now I've got some jalapenos, some serranos, a Fresno, and some poblano chilies. Now all we need to do is cut them in half and remove the seeds. I also need about 7 or 8 cloves of garlic. We're going to crush them with the back of the knife, but make sure you keep the skin on. Now let's get them in a pan or a roasting tray. We need some salt, a good splash of olive oil. Let's mix them all together, and we're going to get them in the oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 190 degrees Celsius. We're going to roast them for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now, before we get the beef on, I'm going to make some taco seasoning. So we need 3 teaspoons of dried onion, 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of chipotle powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now let's give that a really good mix together. And we also need 1 finely diced red onion. Now let's get a pan on a nice medium gentle heat. We need a splash of oil, and let's get the onions in. Right, I've got 1 pound or 450 grams of ground beef here. It has been in the fridge for a couple of days, so it has oxidized. That's why it's looking that kind of brown color, but don't worry, don't get in the comments, it's absolutely fine. Anyway, those onions are looking lovely and translucent, so let's get the beef in there. I'm also going to add a good pinch of salt as well. You might have noticed I didn't put any salt in the taco seasoning. That's because I prefer to season the meat with salt just separately, so I know that that's going to get the right amount of salt. Okay, let's move that around the pan. We're going to keep that on a nice gentle heat and take about 10 to 15 minutes to cook this off. And what we're trying to do, guys, is we want to drive off all the liquid, so then we're just left with the meat that can start frying in the fat. What most people do, they try and cook this on a really high heat, so you get lots of liquid in there, and then they add their spices in with the liquid. So the spices don't actually start frying, they just basically boil in the liquid. So it's really important we just take our time and drive off all that initial liquid. Now, once you can hear the beef sizzling away in the fat like that, and it's starting to get that lovely golden brown color, we can start adding the taco seasoning. So I'm going to use about 5 teaspoons of taco seasoning. Let's give that a really good mix around, and we want to cook that out still, nice gentle heat for about 5 minutes. Next, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of tomato paste. Again, let's move that around the pan and cook that out for about another 5 minutes. Now, the last thing we need to add is some beef stock. Now, I've actually got some braising liquid left over from cooking off some oxtails. That's going in because you know that is just going to taste unbelievably good. But if you haven't cooked off some oxtails, don't worry about it. Just get a beef stock cube, crumble in about half of that, and pour over enough water to cover the beef. Now we're just going to cook that out again, nice and gentle, until most of the liquid has either evaporated or soaked into the beef. Okay, those roasted chili and garlic look absolutely incredible. So let's make the roasted garlic sour cream. Get all those garlics out of their skins and get them into a food processor. We need about 5 tablespoons of sour cream. Now let's blitz that up. We also need a good pinch of salt, pepper, and the juice of half a lime. Let's give that another blitz and then pop that in the fridge and let those flavors amalgamate for a few minutes. Now let's chop those chilies into bite-sized pieces and we can start building the nachos. Okay, let's get them back in the oven for a couple of minutes until all that cheese has melted. Now we're serving the nachos with pickled red onions and guacamole, both of which we've made before. So if you want to know how to make them, click on the links below. That's going to take you to the Kitchen Daddy website. And if you haven't seen that, it is absolutely awesome, guys. So definitely go and check it out. Stack it high and watch it fly. That's the golden rule, guys. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm going to get this bit here. Look at that. Oh, smothered in nacho stuff. I mean, it's just covered in stuff. Honestly, guys, that roasted garlic sour cream is absolute knockout, and it works so well with the meat. Oh my God. There is only one winner this Super Bowl, these nachos, and you, if you make them. So get in the comments, tell me what you reckon, give us a thumbs up. I am going to enjoy the rest of these. Oh, see you next week. Bye-bye.